right, so in today's video, I'm going to give you a tour of our productive playroom. Hey girly, my name is Wendy and I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom of 4 little ones, and on this channel, I talk about productivity tips, methods, and resources because peaceful presence can be found when you are a good steward of your time. We have gone through a lot of different things when it comes to toys. We've had toys that make noise and toys that are just, has a lot of little pieces. What we've discovered is that having open-ended toys for our kids is what works best. So we created a playroom full of open-ended toys and having different zones that allows them to really truly optimize their play. So we've got an imagination zone, a reading zone, a focus zone, a messy zone, and a movement zone. So we've discovered that this really truly helps them to get that work in. You know, they say that play is work. So it allows them to truly get that work in. And in the meantime, because they're so focused on their play, I'm able to get other things done or to work with other kids during school time. So we've really loved having this productive playroom. Now, a whole room just dedicated to play may not be possible for you, but you can definitely take some of these toys and some of these things and incorporate the idea in more of a mobile way, or maybe in a corner of a room in your home. So I hope this is helpful. All right, so this is the main play area that we've got. And up top, we've got the dollhouse with the dolls and little animals. We had more animals. I don't know where they put them, but they play with the dollhouse and the dolls. Down here, we've got puzzles for them to play with. And we've got blocks. I've got several blocks, like magnet blocks and wood blocks and all these different types of blocks, but I only put out one set of blocks at a time. So right now we've got the mega blocks out, and they require a larger crate because they're bigger. In here we've got stuffed animals. Not true. We've got stuffed dolls. I prefer the plush dolls because I can wash them, and I don't know, something about the feel and I don't know, I just prefer like the stuffed dolls over the plastic dolls, and I feel like they look more like kids and not like teenagers or grown-up adults. So they love playing with their dolls. They've got all different types of dolls and all different shapes, little boy dolls and girl dolls, and this doll ain't got no clothes on, and babies and little teddy bears for their dolls and stuff like that. So I'll link a couple of these dolls in the description for you guys, but they love playing with their dolls and feeding them, dressing them, and taking them on trips. Now over here, we've got the cars, like all types of cars, but my favorite are these I think they call them auto blocks cars, where they can take them apart like you see and put them back together. So they're like these wood auto block cars, but if you look, these come out. I can't do it one hand, but this comes apart and you can put it back together, or you can connect it to part of the ambulance and stuff like that. So they can create, it's like building cars. You see that? Which is super, super cool. So I thought these were fun cars for them to play with. Now in here, we've got their train set for them to build trains and play with trains. They love that. That's a favorite. I like to leave empty cubbies. I don't know, I don't like to fill up 100% of the space. I like to leave some empty room. I feel like it creates room for creativity, or it leaves room for creativity and allows for them to just not feel so overwhelmed by the amount of things that they have. Over here, we've got their like play imagination thing. Now, I was conflicted between costumes, but costumes take up so much space and I don't know, I just wanted them to have kind of like an open-ended play, as much open-ended toys as possible. And so they've got silk scarves in here, which they can turn into whatever costume they want, or they can just throw them and dance with them and stuff like that. They're pretty big, so they can be capes or robes or dresses or head wraps or whatever they want. And we've got musical instruments for them to play with, and they love these. When I get tired of them, they do disappear sometimes because it's a lot of noise. I like a nice, I have a nice rug for them on here. I mean, it's not the thickest rug because I find that thick rugs get stuff stuck inside of them and it's hard to clean, but it works very well, especially with this kind of sticky, I don't know what they call this, but this allows for the rug to not slip and slide all over the floor. I actually have to cut it because it's bigger than the rug. That's why it's hanging over like that. I do have to take some time to cut it. This is a broom because I just finished sweeping. But I like the fact that there's a rug here so they can take the toys right off of here, sit on the floor and play on the rug. Now over on this side, I'll talk about this space in a little bit, but over on this side, we've got the reading area. Now this area is great for them to sit. I'm actually gonna make a bench, a bench cushion. I'm going to make a bench cushion for them to sit on. I have the wood and I have the cloth, the material, but I'm waiting for the padding to come in. So I'm gonna make that for them to sit, just to add a little bit of cushion. They've got their 3 pillows. And look, as you can tell, it's a real playroom with real kids because she already colored all over on my pillows. That's a 2-year-old for you. And what I love about it is I can remove it. It's got a zipper, I can remove it and wash it. So I'm not too stressed about it, but one of the playroom rules should have been don't color on this pillow, but anyways. So they've got comfortable pillows. They can come over here. Oh man, she got to this one too. They've got comfortable pillows. They can come over here when the cushion is done, sit down, recline, put their backs up against that drawer set, grab a book from underneath and read it. Now, as you can see, I also have free space here, but I also did not stack up the books. This actually belongs over here for the musical instruments. So let's put that back. But I actually did not stack up the books. I realized that that is much too difficult for my younger two to stack it back up beautifully. So I decided to place bags. The only rule that I have for them is the board books go in here. And if my 4-year-old takes out one of these books, they go in here because my 2-year-old will rip them. So, so I tell him to put those books in here. So in here we have the books that are rippable. So that's where we keep that. And she can't, like it's too heavy for her to pull it. So that's why I keep them in there. And yeah, so that's what we've got going on under here. Over here is, look, you see? That's why I hide crayons and pens and pencils now. I have to wipe that down. But over here, we've got this drawer set. It has, let's see, it has coloring books and, oh my goodness, what is this called? Coloring books, and it has coloring books and papers, and that's it in here. I used to keep drawing things in here, but I took it out because my 2-year-old is in this phase of coloring on things. So I took it out so that, and I put it somewhere that the older children can get to it. And once they're done, they put it back over there. Now over on this side, this is my daughter's desk. And so this is the focus area. So we've got the imagination area, the play area, and then we've got a focused area. Now I have a focused area for my daughters and a focused area for my sons. My 2-year-old doesn't really utilize this, so this is pretty much just my older daughter's, my 7-year-old's workspace. So this is all her school books. If she wants, she can sit down and do some focused schoolwork here. I don't care if they do it on the dining room table or on the bed, but if she wants, she can do it here. This is her doll for her, that she does her hair, and her hair equipment that's in there. And that's it. And they've got a little stool that slides underneath to conserve space. And then each have their own bulletin board where they can hang up their pictures and hats and stuff like that. So on the opposite side of the room, my daughter's over here, my son is over here. We have my son's workspace, and he is 10 years old. And I also have my 4-year-old work on this desk as well. And so it's pretty much the same setup. The only thing is you'll notice is that his thing is turned this way because for some reason, my 2-year-old gravitates towards this, pulls out workbooks and colors on them. But for my daughter's desk over there, she doesn't do that. I don't know if this is in her way or something, but she doesn't do that. But here, she comes here, grabs the work and colors on it. So we turn it around and they're able to just pull out the work, or my 10-year-old is, and my 4-year-old works with me anyway. So I just pull it out. So before we move on, I wanted to show you my son's Legos. My 2-year-old is not able to open up these latches yet. And so we keep his Legos and all his things in here. So I have guests now, so if you hear them in the background. So over here, I have our marker board. Now, whenever I need to write something for school, or I also let the little ones get a chance to write on here as well. Down here is their like movement zone. So they've got this mat where they can tumble on or lay on or jump on or wrestle or whatever. So that's their like movement zone. A movement zone can be super simple. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. At one point, we just had like a mini trampoline, which now we have in the garage. So it can just be something that it enables them to do gross movement. Now, where I'm sitting down right here on the chair, we've got their messy zone. Now, their messy zone is this IKEA desk, which unfortunately, IKEA no longer has it. It's always out of stock. So I got mine off of Amazon, but this, you might be able to find it like maybe on OfferUp or eBay or something, but I'll link the Amazon one that I got. Inside their messy zone, we've got kinetic sand, but you can do Play-Doh, or you can do paint. This side is empty. Or you can do water. That's what we usually do on that side, like a little bit of water, where they can play with their animals and stuff like that, or their dolls. Yeah, it's just the zone that can be messy. There's no carpet in this area, so it can easily be wiped up. Underneath the messy zone, we've got, so underneath the messy zone, I've got this bin right here, which has a bunch of balls in there for them to play with. Balls are like one of the best gifts that you can get for kids. So yeah, so that's pretty much the entire room. One second. Once you're done cleaning up your train. So that's one thing that I try to do is I let them know just one thing at a time. Okay, we're not going to be playing with the messy zone and in the imagination station and on the move. Like, no, you want to play with the messy zone? We sit right here. We play with the messy zone and we get messy. You know, when you want to take out the trains, we sit right there and we play with the trains. And then once we're done, then we put it away and then we can come and play something with something else. Yeah, that's just how I can control the mess. I've let them just get everything and just do whatever. And it's been not fun to clean up, but which is fine. You know, it is a play zone. So one thing that I want to mention is that I realized that this space is very much catered to like under 8 years old or maybe 9 years old. But so for my 10-year-old, I try to make sure that he's got different things that allow him to utilize this space as well. So along with the Legos, I also wanted to mention that I keep like his circuits or anything that he might be into at the time in a space in the drawer so that he can always take it out and play with it over here. So yeah, thank you so so much for watching. If you'd like to see a video on how we play with our kids, click this video right here. And until next time, bye. What you building?
Green cloud.